Good morning to you. I want to think with you this morning about a very simple idea. That is, getting on with living. Sometimes I wish I could reach into a person's heart and spirit and say some really powerful magic words that would help them to get on with living. They seem to be stuck, rigid, like being stuck in mud and unable to get on, or as I say, get on with living. In the past few weeks, especially in the past few days, I continue to find persons who have yet to forgive and let go of some event, some experience, some hurt that occurred in the past. If I just found one or two, I'd be disturbed. But to discover so many persons who have been hurt by someone, been disappointed in someone, caused pain by someone, and to realize that the experience is still foremost in their mind, heart, and spirit, I agonize that we have not been willing to forgive as Jesus has asked us to forgive. What I believe happens is this: unless we deal consciously with the experience before God or before Jesus Christ and ask his help in forgiving the person who has hurt or wronged us, and really, in our heart of hearts, forgive the other person. Unless we do this, we will continue to remain stuck in the past. I do not use this term stuck lightly. I firmly believe this is exactly what happens to us, and I'm convinced that Jesus knew that it would if we didn't forgive. That's why he placed this matter of forgiveness so central in his ministry. In addition, that portion of the Lord's Prayer that reads, "Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors," is not placed in Jesus' daily prayer by chance. Jesus understood far better than we can possibly know how inextricably and intimately connected these two parts of forgiveness are. The person who is unwilling to forgive another will find a progressive difficulty in believing that God in Christ forgives them. Don't you think that Jesus knew, and that's why it was so important to him? Don't you think Jesus knew that this would be true? I want to talk about also the responsibility, if you will, of forgiving ourselves. I think we have greater easiness. It's far easier for us to forgive someone else than it is to forgive ourselves. It's a way of us getting stuck in non-forgiveness. Consider not forgiving oneself like a heavy burden. It affects your breathing, and that by forgiving yourself for whatever you have done, you will lift that burden off your chest. Or consider your non-forgiveness as a block on your blood flow, causing you to lose strength and power when you try to do something strenuous. Or you might consider non-forgiveness like a spiritual scar, if you will, on your body. You can see it, you can feel it, you know it's there, even if no one else can see it or feel it. And the scar can be removed by forgiving yourself, by accepting Christ's forgiveness of you. If you believe that Christ forgives others, don't you believe that Christ will forgive you? Now, consider Jesus coming to you and saying, "I can remove that burden, that weight, that blockage, that scar, if you are ready, truly ready for me to take it away. I have the power to remove it if you are willing to let it go. Only only you can decide to let it go. I can't, but you can, and I will remove it from you if you will let it go." Every person who is unwilling to forgive someone about something that happened in the past will find that they get stuck or are stuck. The emotional, mental, psychological, and spiritual energy that we spend in the past is just not available for us in the present. We either put that energy in the past, or then if we can let go of that, it is available for us in the present. We cannot lose ourselves in the past without suffering in the present. I hear Jesus again and again telling people, if you will, to get on with living. And I do wish with all my heart that we could hear him speak these words to us. And I really, really wish that you and I could hear them spoken specifically to us. This is what I mean by the gift of salvation in a current tense sense, in the now, in the here and then, by living Jesus' word of forgiveness and recognizing and accepting and letting go of the past in order to be present in the present. May God help us to do it in that way. each day that we live.